Today I'd like to tie for you a bead eye pheasant tail nymph. The hook I have in the vise is a 2457. This is a size 10. This is too extra heavy. This is a curved shank hook from Green Caddis Outfitters, greencaddis.com. Going to start with black thread. I'm going to attach the thread behind the eye. And remove that excess. I'm going to take some medium bead chain for the eyes, being that this is a size 10. I'm going to tie them in right back of the eyes, eye of the hook. And go under the eyes and over the shank. And then we're going to wrap our thread down to the back of the hook. This fly is going to ride like so because of the weight of the bead chain. So we're going to tie this actually upside down, and we have this little curve here. We're going to go slightly around the curve to where it would be hanging just behind the bend or the barb of the hook. Now we're going to use pheasant tail. This isn't exactly a center. You can see these softer ones on the one side of it. This is pretty close to the center because if you look all the way at the top, there's center barbels there. But I'm using this because I like this color here, a little bit of a different color. And I'm going to take, I got about maybe 10 or 15. We need to even them up. Pretty close to even. And we're going to tie these in. And we want our tail about the length of the hook shank. You can take a wrap or two underneath the tail and help hold that away from that hook shank. And we could wrap the remainder up the hook shank. And I'm going to stop it just behind the eyes. Bring that back just a wrap or two so it makes it easier to trim off. Now we're going to take a fine wire. I have copper wire here. You can use gold or even silver if you'd like. But I'm going to use copper. And I'm going to tie this in. And bring it down to the tail area. And I'm going to keep it on this side of the hook. And we're just going to let that hang out of off the side there. I'm going to take another bunch of the pheasant tail and pull them off, and I'm going to tie these in by the tip. But I'm not going to tie them in right by the very tip. I would tie them in, but I'm going to trim them down just to show you. You see where I got it. I want to take those very fragile tips out of the picture. And we can tie this and bring the thread up to the thorax area, which is about maybe 2/3 the shank. I'm going to put my hackle pliers on it and catch them way up top, and I'm going to rotate the pheasant tail, turn it into a little bit of a rope there. And as you're going, you may need to turn your hackle pliers again to keep that in the rope. Bring this right up to the thorax. And we're going to go ahead and tie that off. I'm going to trim off that excess. Now we're going to take that fine copper wire, and I'm going to counter wrap it and palmer that up through. And this is going to secure your pheasant tail from getting torn apart by the teeth of the trout. And you can just break it off if it's fine enough. And we'll just clean up that front there. I'm going to turn it over. And I'm going to take another bunch of the pheasant tail, and I have about a ½ inch off the stem. We're going to use the pheasant tail tips for the legs, and we're going to use it for the wing case also. So we're going to turn this over, and we're going to measure out the legs, and we want the legs to be about half the distance of the hook shank. So we're going to tie these in. Going to start them just by placing them on eye side. Get a loose loop. Give it a couple open wraps there to get it up to the eyes. And I'll pull them a little bit towards the front. Boop. And I'm going to tie them in front of the eye. Keep them right on top, and then bring that thread back. You can hold that wing case straight up now. And now you make your thorax. You can use dubbing if you'd like, if you have a special kind. I'm going to go with the traditional, and I'm going to use 2 strands of peacock herl. I'm going to catch them by the tip. Just pop off those tips. And bring that thread up to the eyes again. Now I can turn that back over. Before I start to wrap, I'm going to put some head cement on the thread part, because when this rises, this is going to keep it down close, and this will be bumping on the bottom, so we don't want that to break. We're just going to put some head cement on there, and then we're going to wrap the peacock herl. And these are really long, so because I want to go forward and back with them. Want to make a decent size abdomen. Abdomen with some bulk there. Yeah, let me turn that over. And I'm going to bring it up really tight to the eyes. I'm not going to give it a crossover because I don't think that will work too well. And secure them. Remove the excess. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to split those legs. Like my bodkin. It's a little bit, you need a bodkin or something to help you divide them. It's not like when you're putting them on with a bead, where the bead helps you to spread them. So we try to get some even division. And grab that second. And bring them off to the side also. I'm going to grab the wing case and I'm going to tie it down right in front of the eyes. That's a sharp hook. I'll pull that tight. And remove that excess. Got that down there pretty close. And we're going to tie off the head. Did a couple of figure eights there just to get it a little better. Going to take my whip finisher. And give it another set. Remove that thread. Put a drop of head cement right between them eyes. You could put some on the wing case if you'd like, and put some on the back between the eyes. And here we have a bead eye pheasant tail nymph. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.